but I'm sure you will agree with me that each one of these contestants have already won.
So I would just, first of all, like to say thank you to everyone for coming tonight. We're very excited to begin the Biggest Loser finale, first one ever. It's been fantastic having all of the great stores in this mall getting together and helping us out. We really, really appreciate it. Deb and Jim, if you've ever met a couple who share the same passion for helping people, who bring personality to the table, who are trustworthy, generous, dependable, always ready to drop everything for others, then you probably know Deb and Jim, because there's no one else like them. Basically, Deb and Jim, they were once in a Biggest Loser program. They lost their weight and stuff. Were really successful with it, and they came to us and said, we really, really want to do this.
10 years ago, my husband and I entered a little competition, and it was called Grab Your Cutie and Lose Your Booty. And him and I actually ended up winning it, and ever since then, I haven't stopped. Then I decided to get my training and just help people along their journeys as well.
A few years ago, my wife had kind of a dream to start a Biggest Loser in, I guess, a smaller version of what you see on TV. So we brought it to Lifetime Fitness and suggested that we wanted to do this.
The first year or two, we were this close from just saying, you know what, we don't have enough interest. Maybe we shouldn't do it. But we just sat down, we talked with Deb and Jim about it, and I said, well, let's do it.
And then the next year we had 14 people sign up. And this year we actually had to do, I guess you can say, auditions for the program. So we got to kind of handpick who we chose to be involved with it.
It's turned into a huge thing, and we're extremely, extremely happy with it. And the results, like a ton of our members are from the Biggest Loser programs, and they're still doing it, still following their routines, their meal plans. Yeah, so it's really cool to see. To announce the contestants and their weight loss achievements, it is with pride I introduce to you Debbie and Jim Bennett.
We don't consider it a weight loss program, we consider it a lifestyle change. So by that, with our program, they work out at the gym, they get meal plans, they learn how to work out outside of the gym, and it's just a whole big lifestyle change.
When the competitors come in, I have a very actually high expectation of them in some levels. My husband and I are committing all our time to this, so we expect them to have a high level of commitment.
These competitors have come so far, not in weight loss, but in confidence and just being healthier. So on with the introductions. Angelina.
I've always been active. I've always participated in sports at a very high caliber. I've wrestled on provincial and national levels. I've played hockey on provincial and national levels, ringette, as well as baseball. I had an injury when I was about 16, 17 years old. Some traumatic things happened to me, and I put on a lot of weight due to emotional eating more than anything. Cardio became a friend of mine, wasn't a friend of mine. I would rather lift. I like knowing my strength more so, but there's a strength in cardio that I've now realized that I didn't realize before. Halfway through the competition, March 8th, I broke my tibia playing in a volleyball tournament. Financially, emotionally, it's been a pretty difficult thing. I was in the competition to win it, and I had to adapt to my goals and my expectations of myself, and it's been pretty frustrating.
So Angelina came into the competition very guarded. She never made a mistake that she was in it to win it, though. But after a couple weeks, she really accepted the process and never looked back. During the competition, we would be pushing her. Come on, Angelina, you can do it harder. She'd say, I am. Faster, Angelina. I am. So tonight, her award is the I Am Award. Danielle King.
Well, I was very athletic when I was younger, and then I let myself go and ended up, I guess, with diabetes, so I decided to come in here. It's hard at first to make that commitment. Once you see the changes to your body and how your diabetes corresponds when you're eating and working out, it's wonderful.
Danielle is very shy and never said much in the beginning. She had a really pivotal moment around the 6 weeks where she went to the doctor and said that her diabetes, she did not have to take insulin anymore. So her award tonight is Under the Radar. Next we have Amanda Bushko.
I wanted to get involved in this program so that I could learn the tools to become healthier, happier. I wanted to do it for my family, to be a happy mom again. We try to walk more and we try to do, activities more in the eating, try to encourage healthier snacks as opposed to some of the stuff they would prefer to eat. My husband's a little more stubborn when it comes to that, but he's trying, he definitely is. I'm happy with how I've done. I've taken off almost 40 pounds, so I'm definitely happy with that.
Amanda, always pushing us to the limits. Can I do this instead of that? Can I eat this instead of that? Always. She really showed her true colors when we had a challenge one, and it was a race. She knew that Johnny was right behind her, and she wasn't going to let him beat her in any way. It came down to her literally sliding into first base. She dove, she slid, and she won. She never gave up. Her award tonight is a slide-in award. Next we have Trona.
I am a mom of 2 little babies that are less than a year apart. For me, the hardest thing was the gym, coming to the gym. I had a lot of anxiety about coming here and doing the workouts and feeling like it wasn't a place for me. And that's been the hardest thing to overcome. And I've realized in the last weeks that it's somewhere for everybody. It's not as intimidating as it looks from the outside. And it's been 12 weeks and they say that it will become a lifestyle and things like that, but I think it takes more than the 12 weeks. I think this 12 weeks is a starting point to really boost yourself and give yourself those tools and the information you need, and then to continue working on it. It will be tough for a while until, it's taken me 36 years to get to this point, so 12 weeks is not a long time in the whole scheme of things.
Well, we were all a little bit nervous that Hannah would actually be here on time. Every night. Yeah, Hannah should be here any minute. Yeah. But she always made it. She worried us a little bit though. Every time we'd look at her, she'd give us this, she'd be on elliptical and she'd go, "It's hard." Just the big puppy dog look, Hannah. So tonight she is getting the Puppy Dog Eye Award. Amanda Risling.
I joined because I hit over 200 pounds, and to me 200 pounds was always people that were fat. And I'm one of those people that had like the opposite of anorexia. Like I look in the mirror and think, oh, I look fine. But then I stepped on the scale and when it said over 200 pounds, I'm like, okay, this isn't okay anymore. I have 4 kids, so I just had a baby in July. They're all noticing, right? Mom's now playing mini sticks with them where, I didn't want to get down on the ground with them before. Even on Saturday here, I had to come before my son's hockey, and I was like, just not really feeling it. And I said, come on, God, like, give me something, And 2 seconds later, Jim and Deb walk in the door for their own workout. I was like, okay, because you do not want to be caught slacking with them around, for sure. So they walk their talk. So they're people to look up to. And, you see Deb as a woman and you're like, hey, I want that to be me.
When it comes to challenges, you can always see it in her eyes. What can I do to win? Her gears were always turning. She was always cheering everyone on, helping people out, doing whatever she could to make sure everybody was okay. Kind of like the mother hen, and that's her award. Meg Sparrow.
I started doing it because I just wanted to get healthier, and I wanted to do it last year, but I moved to school. And I've been up and down in my weight forever, ever since like I was a kid. So I just thought I would just find a way to just get rid of it and get rid of it. Well, actually, up until like a week ago, when I look at my before picture, I didn't really see anything different. I was like, I look the same. I'm like, this isn't working. But then the scale kept showing it, but I thought I looked the exact same. But now when I look at it or I see other pictures, I see it a lot in my face and I notice it in my back, and it makes me feel good, but then I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go back to that. Actually, I had a pair of jeans that I really just wanted to fit in, and so once I got there, I was like, well, that's good. So now I have another goal weight that I'm working towards to get to. It's got to be one step at a time anyway, like one thing, and then the next thing, just keep going.
Meg always got to her workouts on Mondays, but she ended up having a change of job, which made it a little bit of a challenge to get to other things. But she was very committed when she was there, and she did great. Near the end of the program, I told them they all had to do 5 minutes on the Stairmaster. She looked at me and she said, I can't. And of course I said, yes, you can. Well, at minute 2, I looked up at her on the Stairmaster and she's like, I said, oh, if looks could kill, I shouldn't be here tonight, because I'd be dead. So tonight she gets the If Looks Could Kill award. Jessica McNick.
You know, I heard the ad on the radio for the program, and I'd heard of some people who had done it in the past, and I just was kind of at a point in my life where I decided that, you know, I was at the heaviest I'd ever been. I wasn't happy with where I was going. I had some medical issues and have just ballooned in the last 2 years. My husband and I want to start a family, and I knew that being at that weight, it wasn't going to help our chances. I feel goals are really important to set, especially, you know, to make them realistic and attainable. My goal for the program was to lose 30 pounds, and I actually hit that mark tonight. The challenges are so much fun. They've been a surprise to us. So we'll get a notice and it's like, okay, meet at the Civic Center tonight at 7 o'clock. So we go to our Civic Center and there's a 5-gallon pail of water at the bottom of the stairs and an empty ice cream pail at the top of the stairs, and we're given a Dixie cup. We have to fill the pail at the top of the stairs with our teeny tiny Dixie cup. So we're running those stairs up and down, trying to be the winner. There's prizes involved. And then after that was finished, we ran the entire circuit of the Civic Center, so all the bleachers, the stairs up and down twice.
Cute, smiley, and yawning Jessica. She was such a positive influence in the group. There were many times, though, during the workouts, we'd catch her yawning. We'd say, Jessica, are we keeping you up? One of the most memorable moments with Jessica was the night we were doing side planks, and she actually turned it into a tuck and roll for some reason. Not sure how or why, but I don't think she could do it again if she tried. Her award tonight is the Tuck and Roll Award. Joanne Goody.
I've never been a gym goer, no. I kind of went through phases where I'd go to the gym for a couple months and quit, go to the gym for a couple months and quit, but I'm hoping that this time, well, I know this time, I plan to make it a total life change and continue with my journey. It's all been hard. The exercises are definitely hard. The eating healthy is, actually it is hard to eat healthy. You're tempted with fast food all the time. So that's been a big thing, is I did eat out a lot prior, and so learning not to eat out has been hard.
Quiet, quiet, Joanne. The very first night these guys got together, they had to do a mile as fast as they could on the treadmill. She did it in 14 minutes and 30 seconds. And then at week 6, we had them do it all again. And she did it in 9 minutes and 40 seconds to be the most improved. Her award tonight is a quiet but quick award. Jamie Cudeye. Jamie was another very quiet one in our group. She was always at the workouts and very determined to do her best. Even though Jamie was very quiet, she was very committed and very, very consistent. Her award tonight is the Quiet but Consistent Award. Carrie Sapp.
I wanted to start this program because I just turned 40 this year, and I want to be able to live another 40 years healthy with my kids, if I have grandchildren, with them as well, and be active and be confident. To hear your kids tell you that you're always tired or you're not feeling good is really demotivating, and I needed to do something to change that lifestyle, and I have. Well, my goal is to lose 60 pounds, and I've lost half of it already, but with the help of Jim and Deb after the program, I know I'll get there and be able to maintain it. The hardest thing I had to do so far is learn to be creative with spices while cooking instead of just boiling your chicken and boiling your rice and not having anything on it. So it took me about 3 weeks to start experimenting with spices without salt, oils, and that. So I think that was the hardest. The workouts are great, so.
Carrie was very chatty and always full of questions. She worried a lot too. Every time before a weigh-in, she would pace and get all nervous and wonder what she could have done different or change. But I'm going to read you something that Carrie wrote down as a memorable moment in this journey. She puts, "The moment when week 2 in the program, I'm close to tears on the elliptical, and I proclaimed to Jim, I feel weak. His response to her was, you are weak." I don't think that was the reply she was after, but she never forgot it. So tonight's award is the Week Award. Johnny, our one and only man.
Well, I think it's a very personal thing about health. You know, when you get to a point where you can feel you're not yourself, and you actually question, where am I standing and how do I feel every morning? And you look at your quality in family life, mental ability to really think clear. So I had to make a decision and make up my mind and really say my health is my choice, and I claimed it and I keep it. I think we like a stone in the water. The ripple effect, sometimes you don't know who you affect around you. But you can see behavior changes around you, even at work. You know, the people start speaking about eating better, better choices, quality of choices we make, what food we're going to eat, a big mountain that. And otherwise, I think just generally people are more active around you. You know, they listen more, and I think that ripple effect is unseen, and it's a good place because you be yourself, and then people just take from what you give.
Johnny, 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 where do I start, but where do I end? He will always be remembered by his philosophies, his love for life, his inspirational speeches, and his analogy of the time-lapse effect when burpees are performed. He says that your belly follows your body 1 second delay after you do a burpee. Come out. Tonight's award goes to Mr. Congeniality. How about these 11 contestants?
As the week wrapped up, we posted on FF2 Get Dressed who your fan favorite was. We had the most overwhelming response ever. There was a close race there for a long time. But we'd like to welcome back Danielle King, FF2's fan favorite. Danielle will get a bouquet of flowers as well as a $100 gift certificate to treat yourself something nice at FF2.
This year, our 11 contestants lost a total of 400.6 pounds. And if you guys can all look up at the front here, they have a bunch of bags of flour. The weight that's on that pallet is what everybody's lost. And as far as inches, this year we totaled up the inches that all these contestants lost, and it equals 19.5 feet in 12 weeks. Could all 3 finalists please step front center stage? Okay, in 3rd place, Carrie Sapp. Second place, Danielle.
2014. Biggest Loser winner, Amanda Risley.
I'm feeling awesome. It all paid off, and my family and friends and my trainers were here, and my Biggest Loser team, and I'm feeling fantastic. We were actually in Mexico, and my 8-year-old Dylan said to me, "Mom, why don't you wear a bikini?" And I'm like, "Well, Mommy doesn't really have the body for a bikini, you know, hun?" And he said, "Well, why don't you get it then?" And I just thought, yeah, why don't I get it? On our last and final weigh-in, my 8-year-old again said to me, "So, Mom, do you think you've won?" And I said, I don't know, hun, we'll have to see. And he said, "Maybe you should just hop on the treadmill for a couple more minutes before you head out the door." My biggest success story is this dress, actually, that I'm wearing right now. I wore to my wedding shower 9 years ago. And a month after my wedding, I got pregnant. Never fit into the dress again. So I tried it on and zipped it up, and 12 weeks later, 9 years later, I'm back. And I ain't going back. Do it. I've told so many people, join. Like Deb and Jim are amazing people. They walk and live what they talk. They're in the gym every morning at 5:30. They text you. They'll Facebook you back. They're there instantly. They reply. The group support, there was 4 of us that met every morning, in the gym to do circuit workouts, and just having that support. We all just did a pinky swear, us with a picture. It's like in a year, we're gonna still be standing here together, the 4 of us, and working out together. So the support's unreal. Do it. That's my advice.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com. Max Local programming is now available online at maxonline.sasktel.com.